Brooklyn Independent Television.
Serving up coffee that is superior and sustainable, the Brooklyn Roasting Company boasts the lofty goal of making coffee that tastes good and does good. And good it is. Let's go grab a cup.
Even balanced cup. Nice sweet and clean in the cup. $1.50.
My name is Jim Munson. We're at the Brooklyn Roasting Company. I founded this business about 2 years ago after having been in the coffee business for 8 years before that, running one of New York's oldest coffee companies. I felt like there was a real need to build a company that was focused on best quality coffees of really a connoisseur quality, but that were also sustainably sourced, responsibly sourced, grown conscientiously. So I felt like New York City deserved a company that was focused on coffees that not only tasted great, but did good.
Jim Munson had left another coffee company and decided to go out on his own and was contract roasting with a roaster. He would buy the beans and then have the beans roasted for him. I came to the Brooklyn Roasting Company after seeing a piece on the internet. He said he was looking for a summer intern. He said, wait a second, you're a lot more than a summer intern. How would you like to be my partner? Let me be a summer intern first. We'll see how that goes. If it works out, then we'll be partners. And it did, and I did, and we are. And that's how I got to the Brooklyn Roasting Company.
Having a roaster right in our space means that we can have our coffee roasted and be serving it literally within a few hours. So we get all of our coffees here before they're roasted, so it's different from ordering your coffee from elsewhere, you know, having it flown in from Chicago or Portland or what have you. We do it all right here.
I had a fantastic time working with great people at the Brooklyn Brewery, and I've been very happy to see that company grow and become such a sort of emblematic business for the borough. To realize the dream of building a company that was focused both on quality and on conscientious sourcing required us to build a team of people that knew about coffee, and also working with supplier partners on the one hand that were purchasing coffees and putting us in contact with coffees that were fair trade, Rainforest Alliance, and organic certified. We believe strongly in third-party certification, so that we were purchasing coffees that had been guaranteed by someone other than ourselves. That was the beginning, but it was tough. This is the Brooklyn has become a real focal point for the cutting edge of the coffee industry, and we are putting ourselves out there as the best that Brooklyn has to offer. So there's no test run. We don't get to edit our company at all. We're live, and it's going pretty well.
So we're loading some wonderful coffee from Guatemala that we just got in. Now, after putting the green coffee in the weigh scale, we're going to lift it up to the hopper. Now we're going to get ready to roast, and we need to get the burners fired up again. We're going to go through a little purge, and we're going to drop the coffee now from the hopper into the roaster. Now you can see the coffee is in the oven, as they say, going through, and we're able to take out and see the process of the coffee as it's roasting. Each of the beans, we try to find the perfect temperature for it to be finished at. We're at 270 degrees. You can see starting to go past green into very light brown. Sort of the smell almost like a wet hay as the moisture in the beans is being baked out. At 300 degrees, we like to drop the temperature down in terms of the amount of fuel that's coming into the roaster. Begin to slow down the roast. And you can see the difference in the way the beans starting to look very similar to the finished product as they have gone through the drying and begin to expand now. We constantly pay attention to the smell and the look. It's at 375 degrees now. So we finished the roast. Looks delicious to me. I can't wait to taste it, and I can't wait for you to come down to the Brooklyn Roasting Company at 25 J Street to try some of our coffees.
We've been very fortunate in that we've been open 2 weeks and we're serving almost 1,000 people a day out of this cafe. And we get to talk to our customers about where their coffee comes from, what makes it special, the history of this space. This used to be the stables for the original Brooklyn Roasting Company, the Arbuckle Brothers Coffee Company, where more than 800,000 pounds of coffee was roasted every day. So there's a rich history here, but we're also roasting several thousand pounds a week to distribute to 60, 70 different wholesale customers. We're proud of what we've done in a short period of time, but we have goals and aspirations to be much bigger and better than we are. New York's a big place and it's got high standards.
Working in Dumbo makes our cafe really kind of unique in the terms of our clientele. There's a ton of offices and art buildings around here. And so we've got a pretty great mix of different professional people coming in. It's not so much like neighborhoody where we have like, you know, the people who live around here. It's more the people that work around here. So it's a really like fast-paced working environment.
Hopefully those are things that people, end users of coffee, begin to understand the importance. The thing about coffee is that it is really a handcrafted product. It is planted by hand, it is harvested by hand, it is processed by hand at origin. And then when it comes here, we roast it by hand, we grind it by hand, and we turn it into a drink by hand. And so most people don't understand what it takes to get a coffee bean from where it's grown to their cup, but we try to have an experience that we charge fair prices for what we serve, and people should understand that we want to pay a fair price for the coffee beans that come from origin. And more, I think people are beginning to understand the importance of that.
Follow us on Twitter at BK Independent TV.